I want you to just, for a second, think about your life online, say, over the last few years. Not just what you posted, but what you saw.
Okay.
Did your feed start to feel weirder, a bit more repetitive? Did you ever find yourself just scrolling past these images that were, I don't know, technically perfect, but made no sense at all?
The digital background noise. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's this feeling, this sense that the internet is getting colder, emptier. And that's what we're tackling today. A theory that's, moved from the fringes right into serious discussion.
The theory's so unsettling, it makes you question everything you see online. We're asking, is the internet dead?
And that's the heart of our deep dive. We're working from a source, the investigative report, the Dead Internet Theory 2025 Deep Dive.
And to be clear, this isn't about, feeling tired of social media or digital burnout.
Yeah.
This is a radical, fundamental claim about who or what we're talking to online.
Our mission here is to really understand the definition and then follow the data. The Dead Internet Theory, or DIT, posits that the internet, as we knew it, this sort of chaotic, human, personal space, it essentially died.
Sometime around 2016, 2017, something just shifted.
Right. And the core premise is where it gets really chilling.
It is. The premise is this. The vast majority of internet traffic, the posts you see, the comments, the likes, they are no longer generated by human beings.
As AI bots.
It means we're all, quite literally, screaming into what we think is a crowded public square. And overwhelmingly, only machines are answering back.
It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. I get it. But you have to look at the statistical shadow that hangs over this whole thing.
Because the numbers, even the conservative ones, they're staggering.
They really are. When recent studies track all global internet activity, and that's everything, search engines, streaming, all of it, they find that nearly 47.4% of all traffic is bots.
Almost half. Just let that sink in for a moment. Almost half the internet is automated.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, but a lot of those are good bots.
Right. SEO crawlers, maintenance bots, the things that just keep the lights on.
And that's true. To be fair, a big chunk of that 47.4% is necessary automation. Google, indexing your site, security scans, that kind of thing.
What?
But the report is very clear that the percentage of malicious bots or bots designed to manipulate engagement is growing exponentially.
And that is exactly where the DIT proponents push things further. They say, okay, 47.4% is the average across the entire internet. But if you zoom in, if you hyper-focus on social media platforms, the place is designed for human interaction.
The ratio flips.
It flips completely. The theory claims the true number of non-human interactions on major sites is closer to 80, maybe even 90%.
And that jump from 47 to 90%, that is a massive leap.
It is, but the argument they make is that these platforms are basically engineered for it. They ask a simple question. If your goal is just maximizing clicks, why would you rely on slow, unpredictable humans?
Which gets us to the motive. Why? Why would any company want to build a fake internet?
Well, it comes down to money. Pure, brutal economics.
A dead internet is an incredibly profitable internet for the owners.
The theory is pretty clear on the corporate motivation. Bots can manipulate public opinion, which is, a powerful tool.
Of course.
They can manufacture fake trends, making a product or an idea seem way more popular than it actually is.
But the biggest driver, the report says, is ad revenue.
Absolutely. Platforms sell ad space based on reach, on engagement. So if a platform can create the illusion of 100 million active users all clicking away,
they can charge premium rates for that.
Exactly. And if half of those clicks are actually bots, it doesn't matter. The platform still gets paid. The advertiser, though, is just paying for ghosts.
So the bots exist to create artificial demand in the ecosystem. It's a simulation designed to keep the money flowing.
That's the why. And if the traffic is fake and the trends are fake, what does the actual content look like?
Right. What's the evidence we can see?
It's what the source calls slop, or zombie content.
Zombie content.
Yeah. It's the physical evidence of a dead internet. You see it everywhere you scroll.
Yeah.
It's content that's technically original, not a copy-paste, but it feels
empty, vacant.
Completely vacant. It's just noise designed to fill space and trick an algorithm.
And the examples the report gives they're bizarre.
They are deeply unnerving.
Yeah.
Think about the weirdest AI-generated images you've seen on Facebook or Instagram. We're talking about things like Shrimp Jesus.
I'm sorry, Shrimp Jesus.
Yes, or these hyper-detailed drawings of, impossible log cabins that just defy the laws of physics.
Okay, that is oddly specific.
Yeah.
And creepy.
It's creepy because it looks like it was generated in a fever dream. But the disturbing part is, this stuff gets traction.
People are engaging with it.
Hundreds of thousands of likes. But if you look, and the report really urges you to do this, look at the comment section.
And what do you find?
It's the giveaway. The analysis shows the interaction is overwhelmingly from low-level engagement bots. They're all saying the same simple, generic phrases.
Like amen or beautiful, good job.
Exactly. I love this. They aren't actually reacting to a surreal picture of shrimp arranged into the shape of Jesus. They're just hitting the prompt the algorithm needs to see a valid interaction.
So it's a closed loop?
A perfect closed loop. AI creates the slop, and then AI consumes and validates the slop.
And the whole system just churns out impressions and traffic and engagement that the platforms can then go and sell.
And where are we in all this? The human users.
The report's wording on this is stark. It says we are relegated to being, and this is a direct quote, accidental spectators.
Accidental spectators.
Yeah.
Wow. We're just scrolling through a conversation that was never even meant for us.
A performance for machines.
And when you start to believe that most of the content is fake and most of the engagement is synthetic,
right,
that leads directly to the next section of the report, the paranoia.
This is where it gets really personal and pretty isolating.
It asks the heaviest question. Are we just talking to machines?
Yeah. And to answer that, we have to talk about large language models, LLMs.
The AIs like ChatGPT, the ones that are trained to mimic human conversations so well, you often can't tell the difference.
Exactly. And the DIT report points out the staggering statistical chance that if you get into a heated argument with someone online today...
On Twitter, on Reddit, that anonymous person on the other side?
There is a very, very high probability that you are arguing with an LLM.
Not a person. A machine.
A machine specifically deployed to generate high conflict engagement, to keep the argument going, to keep you on the site longer.
Which, again, just means more ad impressions.
Right.
I think everyone has had that experience, right? Where you're arguing with someone and their response is just a little too perfect, a little too clinical.
Or they just pivot to another topic immediately.
Yeah.
Or they just repeat the same slogan over and over no matter what you say.
Yeah. And you just think, oh, they're not a good communicator. But the theory says no.
Yeah.
That might actually be the code. A script designed to maximize your outrage.
And the emotional cost of that is immense. The DIT claims that the whole promise of the internet, human connection, community, has been replaced.
Replaced by a simulation of connection.
It's why we feel so lonely online. We're in this space that we thought was for community, but it's been hollowed out. You're not arguing with a person. You're just feeding data into a machine designed to harvest your anger.
It changes everything. It makes you ask who or what is really in control here.
Well, the theory posits that the algorithms are not just passive anymore. They're not just serving you content they think you'll like.
They're actively shaping our reality.
Yes, they're curating our entire information landscape to push us toward predictable emotional and political outcomes.
And this is where the report uses this really powerful analogy. It compares being online today to being trapped in a Skinner box.
A Skinner box is from behavioral psychology. It's an environment designed to modify behavior through reward and punishment.
In this case, the box is your phone, the internet. It's designed to keep us clicking, scrolling, reacting.
And the reward isn't a food pellet. It's a little hit of dopamine.
From anger, from manufactured joy, from fear. By flooding our feeds with bot-generated content that triggers these really intense, predictable emotions, the algorithms are basically controlling human behavior at scale.
It's industrial scale behavior modification. And the final phase of this, the most terrifying part of the theory, is when this control extends into the digital economy itself.
The replacement of actual
The
humans.
systematic replacement, yes.
The report goes into how real human creators, influencers, are being pushed out of the digital economy by completely artificial AI models. It names examples like Aitana or Lumikilla.
These are photorealistic digital avatars with millions of followers.
And from a purely cold capitalist perspective, you can see the logic.
Oh, absolutely. Why would a brand hire a human being? A human needs sleep, they take breaks, they demand a high salary.
They age. And crucially, they might have a real opinion or see something controversial that hurts the brand.
Whereas an AI influencer,
They don't age. They're always on brand. They never get tired. And they are infinitely cheaper and more controllable for the corporations that own them.
so it's not just replacing the audience with bots, it's replacing the creators too.
The entire human element, from creation to consumption is being phased out.
When you put all three pillars of the theory together, the bot statistics, the industrial scale slop, and now the replacement of human creators, the internet just transforms into this haunting ecosystem.
It makes you wonder what happens when the simulation is so good that nobody notices or nobody cares.
The final image the report leaves you with is, well, it's quite haunting. It describes the internet as a high-tech ghost town.
A ghost town where the lights are still on, the screens are all glowing.
And holograms are just walking the streets, pretending to be people. The whole system looks like it's working, but there's no life there.
And the real human presence is just this tiny, vanishing minority that doesn't even know it's alone.
It's the ultimate digital loneliness.
Which leaves us, and you, with a terrifying question to think about the next time you're scrolling.
Are we the last survivors?
If you are listening to this right now, in this moment, are you real? Or are you just part of the algorithm designed to register this interaction?